What's up guys, and welcome to our YouTube channel DWC Academy, where we show you how to design with Canva. My name is Onohuyui, and today I'll be showing you how to create a realistic transparency effect in Canva. Before we do that, subscribe to this channel, get 45 days of Canva Pro for free, link is in the description, drop your thoughts in the comments as I'll be responding to most of them, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let's get started. Okay guys, here we are in the Canva editor, and I'm going to be showing you how to do that using 3 examples. This is for a basket, this one is a flyer that I created in Canva, a poster, and this is a car you can find in Canva. Now I'm going to use the first one and then use the second one and then the third one because the techniques are pretty much different. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so starting with the first one, one thing you need to consider is you need to play around to make sure that the colors match together. In other words, there is appropriate use of contrast. So if you're using a particular color, make sure to go to the color picker color section here and choose the color that appropriately fits the image that is already there. In my case, I have this basket here and I've got different shades of terracotta, or you could actually call them tan or maybe beige, it all depends. So you can see this one's different shades here, but I prefer to use this one more because it's going to give me a feel of what I want to do. The same thing happens for all of the other photos that I have here, and you're going to see them working and playing together when we just start working with the transparency effect. Now what I want to show you is how to create realistic transparency effect using Canva. A lot of people do this. This is what a lot of people do. They have this particular design here, they go ahead and duplicate it. After duplicating, they go to flip it horizontally, and then they just flip it this way, they tilt it, rotate it to -180. I think this is -180 here, and then they just drag it down just here, and they go over to transparency and they just reduce the transparency. And then if that's done, well, even though this seems to be transparent, but that's exactly not what transparency effects really means. Transparency effects means that there's going to be a shade, a fading effect from a portion of the photo downwards, because it's more like a light capturing stuff and it is not just cast on the wall, right? So to get that effect perfectly, what we're going to do is pretty simple. I'm going to just correct this one to show you exactly how that can be done. So let's say this is where we have our photo right here, and I'm just going to select everything, reduce it a little bit, and just pick it here. Now for this one here, you can just raise it up so the bottom touches the other part of it. You can go ahead as well to increase the transparency a little bit, maybe 35 will be cool. 35 seems to be okay. The next thing you want to do is you are going to just crop it this way to this portion here, which seems to be perfectly okay. Because of the level of the photos, we want to have some big portion of the transparency and the feel, the effect, so people see that it's really transparent, kind of going down. Now that's why you have to use a background like this, and I'm going to show you what you need to use this background to do. Now when you go over to your element here, you're going to type, this is your element here, you're going to search for transparency, just type it out, and you're going to find this here. It says gradient that fades to transparency is by Marketplace Designers. I've added it to my like section here. I'm just going to click it here. Now what I need to do next is I'm not going to flip it this way, I'm going to flip it this way. So I want the darker part to be down and the lighter part to be up. Remember, these are 2 colors. So the first color is purple and the other one is white. Now I want to change it to the background of this photo. So this is going to be this color, and the white is also going to be this color. So we've got it here. By default, you're not going to see this particular effect here, but if you change this color right here to black, you're going to see this color. So what we're going to do is we are going to reduce this and duplicate this twice, and then we're going to select everything, we're going to group it, and then we're going to duplicate it twice again. 1, 2, let's add one more, and then this. Then we're just going to select all of it and we're going to bring it right here. Now this seems like it's not yet okay, so we're just going to add one more to it right here. Now you can see we've got 4 of this here, and they kind of fit exactly what we want to do. If I go back here and click on this background and change this to this place, you see the transparency automatically fits and snaps into it, making it look much more realistic. Now if you group this entirely and you increase it, anyone who sees this photo will begin to imagine that it is sitting on something, and then it is just gradually fading onto the part where you're not going to see anything again. You can go ahead to reduce the transparency a little bit more, depends on your choice, but this is totally not a good idea. This is good, 29, 24, anything downwards will be good, but absolutely not this. But this is good just for people to be able to see what you're actually designing. So that is the example number one. Let's go to example number two, which is a flyer, or you can call it a poster. So I'm going to reduce this poster here. I designed this in Canva some weeks ago and using my mobile Android app. If you want to watch the tutorial for that for the mobile phone, the link is just going to be up on the screen right now. You can just click on that link or in the description below and you can get to watch that. Is 31 days of Canva Pro, Canva an Android phone. I'm actually designing for a lot of people who want to learn how to use Canva on Android phones. Go there and just learn how to do it. That's why I designed this one. So the next thing you want to do is you're going to go to duplicate this, and then you're going to go to flip horizontally, and then you're going to rotate it to negative 180. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to drag it down to this portion here, just at the bottom here, and you also want to crop it to this section here. You want to go over here and reduce transparency to say 25, or 25 is not going to be okay because of the background, so I'm going to say 45, which is good. And then the next thing, I'm going to use this one as well, the same transparency gradient that fades to transparency, and this time around I'm going to rotate it this way. Remember I said the color has to be the color of the background, so this is the color of the background and changing it to this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it right here, maybe reduce it a little bit, duplicate one and duplicate it again. You mustn't do this all the time. I'm just doing this because of the texture of the design and I want it to really fade so it has more of the background on the design. You can decide to do anything you want, but this is what I prefer to have right here. Now you can see that I have this, and in some cases it might be too extreme, so you just need to find a way to work on it, but this seems to be close to what I want. And then I'm just going to drag it to this place a little bit. Now you can see if I go ahead and reduce this, not increase, reduce it a little bit, you can see it's playing perfectly well with the transparency that I want. If I drag it to the middle right here and even increase it, it looks much more realistic. So this is how you can create realistic transparent effects in Canva. And then lastly, this is a little bit tricky, so you need to just watch how this is done. I'm going to raise this up a little bit, and like I did in the other ones, I'm going to duplicate it, and then I'm going to go over to flip horizontally, and then I'm going to rotate it this time around. It's not going to be negative 180 because I want the tires to touch, so I'm going to rotate it like this a little bit and just take it up like this, just a little bit. And okay, so you can see that we have it touching just slightly. This seems to be a little bit good. Now what you're going to do next is you are going to go back here and you're going to take this one, and what you want to do is you are going to bring it down to negative 90, and then you're going to change the colors to this and the white one to this one. What you want to do is you are just going to put, say, one, duplicate it, and duplicate it again. Alright, so what you're going to do now is you are going to select all of it and you're going to group it. Then you're going to duplicate 1, 2. I'm going to select everything again. I'm going to duplicate it again. I'm going to select everything again, and then I'm also going to duplicate it again. The reason is because this is a really long kind of one, and I just wanted to have to fit properly as I want. So we've gotten this part is really cool and accurate. The next thing we want to do is we want to reduce this, so we're going to cut it like this. And then for this one, we select every single thing we have here and we're going to bring it to the top here. What we're going to do is tilt it this way, and then we're also going to just drag it to the top again. Click on this one, go to transparency, and just reduce the transparency like this. Now you're done. Select everything, drag it to the middle of your page, and here you go. This is how you can create realistic transparency effect in Canva. I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you do like it, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button there, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and turn on the bell notification. I want you to always see new videos like this whenever we post them. There is a link for Canva Pro in the description below. You get access to Canva Pro free for 45 days. You also get access to my Facebook community. It's also in the description below. I want you to support me by going to Canva and liking and following me on my Canva profile. The link is also in the description. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget, 7 days without Canva makes 1 week. And until then, I dab.